Hi, I'm Kathy Keene, WHBY's Good Neighbor. I'm at Going to Pieces Quilt Company at 1017 West Northland Avenue here in Appleton. And joining me is Mary, co-owner of Going to Pieces. Today we're going to show you how to make flying geese. Not just one, but 4. Now flying geese, if you look back here, you will see them here and also all along here. These are called flying geese. And we're going to show you how to do that today on Krafting with Kathy. So come and join me.
So, this is what we should be looking like in step 1. We're going to be sewing down on these lines, and I'm going to show you what to do, and then we're going to have you do it, Kathy, on my sewing machine. So
we're starting with what size block of fabric here?
Now here is the secret. I am using a Studio 180 ruler called the Wing Clipper. It has a wonderful chart in here. And if I know that I want my flying geese to be 3.5 by 6.5 inches, it says I should have a 7.5 inch square. But the secret to this, to give you trimming ability, is with your big square, you always go 1/4 inch bigger.
Right.
So I cut this at 7 3/4 inches. It also tells you to cut 4 small squares at 4 inches. I cut them at 4 1/8. And if I do that, you'll see the magic in the end that you will have the ability to trim these to perfection every time.
All right.
So that's a little secret in there. So what we're going to do, and I'll have you sewing, I just bring these squares in just so that there's a thread of the bottom square showing. And the reason we want to do that is because we have this wand with a line down through the center.
There's a line down the middle of this ruler and 1/4 inch on each side of that line. And that's what Mary is drawing.
Right.
That line where I'm going to be stitching.
Right. So you're going to now stitch on each line there. I usually do. Okay.
All right, so now we have this stitched.
Perfect. So see, now you've got the piece that looks exactly like that. So what we're going to do is we are now going to slice this in half so that you've got 2 halves.
Which equals 4 flying geese.
Well, not yet.
Not quite.
We haven't gotten our magic yet. And now what I'm going to do is just press. It gives you just that nice flat seam. So now we have 2 of these and we still don't have any flying geese.
They're coming.
They're coming.
Flying in from
the
south.
magic is happening. Now we're going to lay this piece on. And this time I don't have to leave that little thread from the bottom out there because I am going to draw from point to point. Like so.
And we are using a pen that does not bleed through your fabric. You do not want to use a Sharpie.
So both on those lines now, and while you're doing that, I will put the other square together for you.
Okay. I'm sewing right on the line that Mary drew for me.
Okay, now I want you to sew the other one.
Okay, there we have it.
Okay, so now you've got these 2 pieces. And what's going to happen is we are going to slice right up the middle again. And see, we're slicing it apart. It was this to begin with, and when I sliced it apart, I end up with those pieces. And then we're going to press them. Will be 4 flying geese. But they're not done yet because they're not trimmed. And what we want is that perfect 1/4 inch. And we want them to be perfectly 3.5 by 6.5 inches. I want to make sure that I'm staying with fabric outside that 6.5 inch mark. I am going to put the little crosshair right in this point of the flying geese, and I'm going to trim off this side, and then I'm going to trim off over the top. Now when that happened, I've got that perfect 1/4 inch up here,
yes.
so I'm never going to lose a point after I do that. Now I'm going to go to this side And I know that this is my 6.5 inches now. So that side is perfect. And what I'm going to do, I've got a little crosshair here that I'm dropping right into that point. And we're going to trim right along there. And there's my perfect
Voila.
flying geese.
Beautiful.
Now, when you put these together with that 1/4 inch, isn't that amazing?
beautiful.
You're never going to lose your point.
And that's
if
one of
you
the
were
things-
stringing those together like you were stringing these together, you'll never lose your point.
Right. That's our project for this time, Crafting with Kathy. Thank you for joining me. Mary, thank you for showing us how
You're
to
quite
make
welcome.
flying geese so easy to do. So stop in at Going to Pieces Quilt Company, 1017 West Northland Avenue here in Appleton, and the ladies will be more than happy to help you and show you how to do this.